Hi, welcome to Knit 1, Heart 2.
Episode 47. Yay.
I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny Wendy on Ravelry, Penny Wendy 2 on Spark People. And for everyone who keeps asking me, my name on Pinterest is Knit1 Wendy.
And I don't remember. I think I'm Sheila D37, honestly. I don't remember.
I think you're Knit1 Heart 2.
I could be. No, I don't think so.
I'm
not on it very much, so.
Yeah, and
I'm one of the ones, I'm on it just to be on it, but I'm not.
Love Pinterest.
Yeah.
We have 722 members in the Ravelry group.
Great.
As of yesterday. I didn't check this morning. Yay! Keep joining, because when we get to 1,000, we're going to do something fun.
Yeah, we're going to do another Prize-a-Palooza. And we have, let's see, 4 more weeks until we hit 52.
Yeah. Hey, if
episodes.
We could make those two things happen at one time, it would be awesome.
Yeah, I want to see that happening. So, I want to say thank you to Judy L. for a donation.
Thank you,
That's
Judy.
really appreciative.
Yay.
And that will go into shipping cost. And if anyone else wants to make a donation, it's right above Wendy's head that way. And I also want to remind...
And if you want to join the group and you're looking on the blog, the button is over there too.
Yes. And we're also, just a reminder, we are still doing the sock knit along through the end of February.
For the end of February.
The thing is the end of February, the last day of February is 29th, which falls on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So depending on whether or not we record on that Wednesday or that Thursday, the thread may be closed on Wednesday morning.
Okay.
Just because we'd like to, get the winners out there.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting a whole
keep
other
posting
week.
Your socks. You can double dip. You can post, as long as they
I
work.
looked at Steve at Dramatics Knits face to the... I can't talk today. Race to the finish line for just this month. I'm like, yep, seen that one. Yep, seen that one. Yep, seen that one. Which is awesome. I love it.
Yeah, just as long as you have finished these socks during the contest period, you may post a picture, and you have to post a picture of the entire completed pair. Yes. We won't count you if you just post one. So make sure you take a picture.
Well, I think Jet Girl posted one, but we actually
saw the two. But, we have to see evidence that you have a completed pair.
Yes. And the tag is K1H2 sock KAL.
Yep. Cool.
And our March knit along will be a neck, cowl. So I keep saying neck. Things for the neck. Cowl, scarf, shawl. It cannot have sleeves.
Right.
It can be a wrap.
Shawlette.
No ponchos.
No ponchos.
Yeah.
Seems kind of mean. No ponchos. Like you have a problem.
Well, if we do a sweater knit along, the ponchos
will count. I get it. I know.
I have a hard time. So, jump on on the dance card. I think I go first this week.
It's your week.
So on the dance card, I really was hoping to get these finished, but I was so tired of them, I took a break. Didn't get anything else knitted, but fingerless mitts from the Urban Necessity and by Colleen Michelle, US 6, 4 millimeters, wool, blue, boring. This is my last one. And then my Wubby saw a little love, not much, but I did see a little love. I'm almost done with my natural stripe. I really love the colors.
I think that's going to be great for a boy.
And my next yarn that I'm going to show you the other yarns. I'm going to do this blue next. Then I think I'm going to do the red.
Nice.
And then orange.
Oh, that's going to be good.
And if I need one more color, I have another yellow in my stash that I will do. A different yellow, a brighter.
Which will look good on the end.
If I need to. Yeah. We'll see how it looks. And to get an idea of how it's going to look, I'm going to show you my husband's finished object. He was at a webinar, which is a seminar on the web, and he was bored, so he decided to take some of my cotton yarn and braid it. This has pretty much all the colors except for the green that I used, which was nice because this gave me an idea of how the blanket's going to look. So if you guys are, doing color work and you want to figure out how to do it, just take a little bit of the yarn and, braid it.
Yeah, that's kind of a good idea.
It is.
It's a helpful tip. Pro tip.
A pro tip, yeah.
Pro tip from Cam.
Pro tip from Cam. So this is the Super Easy Baby Blanket by Pearl Soho, made out of various kitchen cotton on US 8, 5 millimeters. It's already a decent size. I'm about halfway through, so I have 3 more stripes. This is going to be a good size blanket. Maybe like a crib blanket.
Yeah, or like you can put it on the floor and the baby can
Yeah, absolutely, because this is going to be squishy. And I'm going to, wash it first to see how it does anything. So
I think it'll be great.
This was going to be my Super Bowl knitting, but if I knit with it during the Super Bowl, it would have been super tight. Just saying. And that's all I got actively on the needles, which is sad.
Wow.
Oh, no, I take that back. I don't. I worked on my stripy socks.
Oh, good.
Which is the toe-up sock with the difference by Wendy Johnson. Got a few more stripes done, actually. It looks really good. Very nautical.
I know. I like that. I used to have a rugby jersey that was those exact colors.
Do you remember
back in the 80s?
Coke used to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. I had them.
They had rubber buttons.
Yep.
Yeah. And the white collar. Yeah, I have.
So this is Gypsy Yarn Creations in the transition colors. And what I'm doing is I'm taking it ends from both sides of the yarn and I'm striping it. And so that's my sock. It's on 72 stitches, US size 1, 2.25 needles. And I'm going to show you the yarn. I got still a ways to go before I transition into anything.
Yeah.
The white's going to transition sooner than the blue, I believe, but I could be wrong.
That'll be pretty.
I do on an average about 2 or 3 stripes sitting at the activity that Zachary does. It's about an hour long, and then I take these on any car ride except for the baby blanket. Actually, the baby blanket's a good car riding one because it's just knit.
Yeah.
So those are my finished job, my actively worked on projects.
That's it?
That's it.
All right.
That's all she
so
wrote.
I'm going to go. I'm knitting on right now my Spectra shawl by Stephen West, which is available for sale on Ravelry for $6. I'm knitting on US 5 3.75 millimeter needles, and I'm quickly trying to finish a row so I can hold it up. Mouth burn.
Sorry.
You saw it live, folks. I'm knitting it out of Madeline Tosh sock in Midnight Rendezvous, which was a Loopy U special color from the club last year. And in Mini Mochi, Crystal Palace's Mini Mochi and colorway number 304, which I learned from a helpful viewer who was looking for the color, is called Bodega Bay, if you know the name. Mine just had a number on it. So it got a little love this week. I did a few parts of it, but I didn't do a lot. Here it is. It's big. And I'm basically just going to keep knitting until I run out of yarn. That's my plan. I have 2 of the balls of the Mini Mochi, and I still have this much left of the Mad Tosh if I can find it. So I have a good amount of the Mad Tosh left.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think it's going to be nice. It's going to look really pretty when it's done, you know, draping on your scarf. And I might keep it for myself or I might put it in the present pile. I haven't decided yet. But it's really soft and it's pretty and it's a lot of fun to knit. This is my relaxing, I don't need a pattern knitting. So I highly recommend it, and I'm keeping it in my gnome bag from Knitting's My Bag. So I'm going to put that to the side right now. The next thing I have on the needles I got a lot of love this week is the Lysiantha Shawl by Rosemary Hill, designs by Romy. It's available for $8.50 on Ravelry. I started it on a US 3, 3.25 millimeter for the central flower motif, which is right there. And then the rest of the shawl is worked on a US 4 3.5 millimeter, and unfortunately, I guess I left it in the middle of a row. But I have moved off of all the repeats of, can you hold that for me? All the repeats of chart C, and I am now about halfway through chart D.
Oh, good.
So it is moving along, but with delays. So I'm enjoying it.
Pattern?
No,
I just
haven't.
On it.
This was kind of a busy week because my parents are in town for my son's birthday, and we had a Super Bowl party for just the kids. And,
so
my
you have a Super Bowl?
Yeah, I know. And then I've been hanging out and doing stuff with my mom, so I haven't been knitting as much as I normally do. But yeah, and that's in my other gnome bag, which I love. And then I also have Crestview by Cecily Glauc McDonald. It's the carting truck.
Catering
company. I don't think I gave this any love this week, since I showed it. Here it is. This is the back. It's coming out really pretty. I love it. But again, I haven't invested a lot of time in my knitting. I've really been focusing on one thing, which I will show you, is my, I'm not going to show the pattern, but I finally have my prototype sock done.
So, and even then, it's still going to be.
And even then, I learned a lot of things on this prototype. So for those of you who are who I've contacted, who've contacted me, who are doing the test knit, I'm hoping to have a pattern out to you to start by tomorrow. I just have to add a few things onto the existing pattern, a couple of changes that I'm going to do, and then once that's done, I'm going to start. I'll probably start knitting the second sock of this, but I'm also going to get my shawlette idea on the needles so I can get that out too, because I want to get these designs out there before I forget them. Mm-hmm. Like they're in my head. But, you know, I have to say kudos for people who design something like this. I had an idea in my head, and it looked good on paper, but I really had to work out a ton of stuff doing this sock. This sock is going to be completely different than the other sock that I knit. Mm. Just because spacing of the design was something that happened, and the way that it's, where you put it on the sock, and just the techniques, it's a lot of work. I'm really surprised. It seemed like it would be so much easier. So, yeah, I'm learning something. But that's it for On the Needles for me. Those 4 things are active.
Rate your date. The only thing I have finished is more fingerless mitts. So I'm showing you this now because this will be the last time you see it. I'm hoping to get this fingerless mitt off the needle today before 3 o'clock. And the reason is because my kids come home at 3 o'clock on the bus. And once the bus comes, I'm going to shove these and throw these out the window.
No. And never knit them again.
No, I will. I probably will.
Just but not for a while.
Not at least until the winter. Here's all 3.5 pairs of fingerless mitts finished because I'm working on the 4th. So here's the original pair. Well, not the original. The original was yellow. But here's the pair. These were done on size 5. Then these were done on size 4 with green and white stripes, which I absolutely love. I will definitely be making another pair of these for me to match my cowl.
Yeah, that's cool.
These were knit on size 5 with just a maroon pair. Yarn, sorry. And then this is also on size 6. Sorry, size 6 needles. You can tell, I actually was almost not going to put a ribbing at all because it was like, I'm so done with this.
So done with these.
But then this is done completely, woven in ends. This is just to find the stitch and how many help me for the second one. So these are my done. Again, Urban Necessity fingerless mitts without the cap, which is a great pattern. Actually, I did tweak it a little because on the pattern, which is a free pattern, either on Ravelry or Knitting, one or the other. Oh my gosh. It has you for the increase, knit 2 rows plain, increase, knit 1 row plain, increase, knit 2 rows plain. That has you, I just knit 2 rows in between each increase. Made it a really nice gusset. Let me show you how it looks on. These are a little small for me because she's got thin hands, but they're nice and tight. Gives it a nice wide gusset for your thumb, which is nice, and a lot of space in between. So this is going to be my go-to, like my modifications of it. And so it's really nice. She likes them short, I think, to grab onto the
steering wheel.
You know, and that way she can't hurt anyone, I guess. But I'm done with these. I will take a picture before they go out to her. It may just be of the 3.5 finished pairs, which I might do before we leave, just so that I have a picture on my camera.
Cool.
But, yeah, they are. It's a lot of fingerless mitts.
Yes, it is. Aren't you glad that's almost over with?
Yes, I am. I am. I will never do that again. Let me correct something. I said something last week about test knitting, and I almost signed up for another test knit. I love doing test knitting.
She does.
Don't get me wrong.
She's addicted to it.
If you want me to test knit anything, sign me up for it. I'll do it. Right now, for me, I am overcommitted to myself.
Yeah.
With all the things that I have on my needles. I have like 6 things on the needles. I'm starting to twitch. Normally 2 or 3 is really where I like to stay. But when I start getting in, it's my own fault.
Yeah.
You know, the startitis of January came and went, but it's just all these other things got in the way.
Gotta catch up now.
So, but I do want to start everything. I want to do your sock. I want to do shawls. I want to do the tie pool, which I'm still planning on doing. I'm going to take Steve's advice and do 1 stitch at a time.
That's awesome.
I'm definitely going to cast that on when I think I have Max's sweater done, because I owe him that sweater.
Yeah, you do.
I do, and I got to cast on for the sleeves tonight. I am working, so this should be done. I'm going to do the sleeves.
Cool. Excellent.
Well, cast on anyways.
You might finish them.
Well, there's a fail in that, and I will explain that in my heartbreaks.
Oh, okay. Is that it for your finished objects?
Yes. Let me just rate my date. Oh.
You can show them.
Okay. We're working on a darning tutorial.
Yes. We filmed it last week. I just haven't cut. I just
wanted to show you the finished items in this, and it looks small. Oh. They're not, though, because I counted. They're the same repeats.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're the same repeat. It's just this one was blocked. This one has not been blocked yet.
Ah.
That's why, because I counted it and I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because I had this, if I get too close, I'll have a sneezing attack.
Yes, but during our darning tutorial, one of the things that we talked about was a way to repurpose socks that there was no saving the sole. And Sheila repurposed a pair of socks to make arm warmers.
These are my monkey socks. And the reason why I didn't want to throw them away is because it was the first patterned sock I ever did. And really, look it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, the leg of the sock is fine. The sole was beyond.
Oh, the sole, yeah. So we'll see that when we get there, and I'll have to soak both of these
because of all the stuff I had going on since
Friday.
It'll
probably be next week.
Yeah, I'll get to it. It's one of those things. I got to do this out first, and then I'll work on the other one. So for my date, I got no dates to rate. The sock is a half finished object, so I can't really rate it. Plus, it's not even like the final version of the sock.
Whirlwind romance, though. I
do have a whirlwind romance. So I have been showing you as we've been going along that I'm spinning this Spunky Eclectic 100% Targy in the Red Rover colorway. And this was the first skein that I made. And you can really tell how my spinning has changed. This is the second one that I made. And it's already, you can see it's looser and less crazy. And then this is the second one that I made. And then this is the last one, which is the puffiest of all because I did it nice and puffy. So that is 8 ounces of Targy. And I'm going to use it in coordination with this Spinner's Hill yarn.
That's funny how this one looks more
like this one. I know, it looks more like that one. To knit my daughter a backpack out of my hand spun.
This is really nice.
I know, I'm happy with it. And you can see how this is like softer because this was loose fiber. It wasn't combed into a braid. It was just the fluff. So
you're going to have enough yards for everything?
I have more than enough yards because I have almost 200 right here, and this is
almost 200 with a 4.
And this is like 300 something.
Oh, okay.
So I have plenty, and that's what I'm planning on my whirlwind romance.
And future dates, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I already talked about it, I guess, but I'm doing the backpack for my daughter that I showed many episodes ago when I started spinning that pink stuff.
Yeah. When you thought you had 8 ounces and not just 4.
Yeah, because I was an idiot.
For future dates, I kind of already touched upon my future dates. I really want to work on Max's sweater because pretty soon we're not going to be sweater material.
I know. Oh, speaking of sweaters, in case anyone is wondering, this is the wisteria sweater that I knit from, I think it was the very first issue of Twist Collective.
Oh, might have been, yeah.
And I think it was designed by Kate Gilbert. It's out of Malabrigo.
Stand out.
I know. We were laughing because I knit this when I was bigger. So if you look at...
Let me see. Look. See? Look.
You can
This is...
bunch it up. It's excellent.
Well, let's see if we can
this is how I really look, and this is how the sweater looks. You could cut off a couple of inches there. Which is why I don't wear it very often. And the other reason I don't wear it very often is because it's really heavy. You can wear this outdoors in lieu of a coat if it's...
Are you too hot in that right now?
No, I'm warm because Sheila's house is freezing.
63.
But no, but I would, if I was moving around a lot, I would be.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it blocks the wind completely. And also because it's Malabrigo, it pills, which is so sad. I have to do a lot of sweater maintenance on this to keep it from being completely pilled. It really pills, like, under the arms. I just have to shave it down with my little sweater stone.
Looks good, though.
But anyway, that's it for what I'm wearing in case anyone... This was a fun knit. I highly recommend it. It went very quickly.
Okay. Well, I touched upon my future date. You kind of touched upon
I did. I'm doing the backpack and the shawlette that I'm designing.
Okay.
I already have the design in my head. I just need to get it on the needles to work out a couple of things. So that's coming up soon, really soon.
Okay, my crushes and heartbreaks goes into Max's sweater. I was so sick and tired of doing these fingerless mitts that I said Monday I'm not going to knit on them. I was going to do Max's arms. Problem was I left the body of the sweater at home. So I didn't know how long to make the ribbing of the arms. And, I could have guesstimated. I probably would have been right. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to fool around with it because then I wouldn't be happy with it.
You don't want to have to rip it back.
Right. So I just cast on the fingerless mitts and I'm almost done. So tonight I will have to try and remember to bring, or at least measure how much.
Yeah.
I will be making the arms a little bit longer in general, because he is a long, tall boy.
Yeah.
And he'll outgrow the sweater by length more than he'll outgrow it by width.
Yeah.
So actually, I might want to do the underarms a little bit longer too.
Yeah, give him a little extra wear.
So that's my heartbreak. I was so upset because I really wanted to show some progress on that this week.
Aw. Well, I have a crush. My mother and I went to see the new movie, One for the Money, which is based on the mystery novel series by Janet Ovanovich with Stephanie Plum. And I was kind of on the fence about whether I was going to like it, but it was hilarious. We both enjoyed it. I laughed so hard during it. The characters didn't really resonate with me from first seeing who they were going to be. They didn't match up with the image in my head, but once I got into the movie, it was really good. It was funny. I think guys would enjoy it because it's got the mystery and the action parts of it, but it's hilarious. And women would like it because it's got some cute guys in it. And I find Janet Ivanovich's stories to be really funny, so if you like them, I can highly recommend it. That's my crush. And my second crush, which I didn't write down, as I told you last week, Lois sent a surprise for me to give my mom, and this is it.
Gorgeous.
She had a little bit of this Valentine's Day cloth left over, and she made my mom a project bag, and my mom loves it.
It's cute.
So thank you, Lois. That was really sweet. I really appreciate it. And I think that's all I have for crushes and heartbreaks. Look how fast we're going this week.
I know. We're going fast this week.
Holy majoli.
Baubles and blings. I do have baubles and blings.
You
baubles
do.
And blings. Baubles and blings. I have my Blue Moon Fiber Art Socks at Rock Club. If anyone is familiar with the Socks at Rock Club or their yarn, knows that this is kind of out of the norm for Tina.
Yeah.
So it's in the lightweight, which it's so soft and squishy. And I want to say right off the bat, thank you again to MJ, Beth, Melissa, Bev, Leslie, Betty, Lisa, Katie, Heather, Diane, I didn't write it right, Tamilia, and Steve, again, for this lovely gift of the club. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, this is, if anyone watches this.
By now.
Spoiler.
By now, I'm sure everyone has received.
According to the rules, we have to do that for a month.
Oh, sorry.
So, anyone overseas who has ordered this and has not received it, I apologize.
Away.
Look away. It's a spoiler. You might have already glimpsed it, but the name of this is Her Royal Highness Crown Princess of Purple Violetta. It's a gorgeous purple, and that actually captures it pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's a gorgeous purple, and it's kind of funny because I think it was last week's episode that I said I'm not much of a purple person. But yet I've looked, and I'm not, but I love this yarn. It's gorgeous. It will make a beautiful scarf / shawl. It's 405 yards, even though the band doesn't say it. And what was I going to say? It's gorgeous. Oh, I was talking about purple, and I have a couple of things that are purple, so I don't know why I said that, but I don't typically knit. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's the Socks that Rock lightweight.
You said that.
I know, I'm just trying to show. And there it is. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy. These are the patterns that came with it. It's both by the same person, which I guess a lot of people were upset about. No difference to me. The name of the person is Lara Lee Beltman. The first pattern is Oliver Buttons Mitts.
Yeah.
It's a fingerless mitt pattern. It's got some cabling and buttons on the side, which are absolutely gorgeous. The buttons, oh, it would help if I lifted up. The buttons did not come with the package. And they're really nice. If I was to do them, I don't know if I'd do it with buttons, but, and then the sock pattern is Oliver Button Socks. Here's a front picture of it. It's a really nice, sorry, I'm just trying to, there we go. Nice pattern. I know a lot of people have been making it, or again, not doing it with the buttons. It's really nice, and here's a picture of the back.
Yeah, I was commenting when I saw it that it seems, I mean, it's really cute. I like the style of it, but it seems like it would catch on your pants. Or
maybe. It depends on what you wear them with, I guess.
I don't know. I've never had buttons on.
And the construction's different on the bottom.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So I probably will make the sock, just not with the yarn.
No, that yarn is too nice.
It is. It really is too nice. It's going to be used for I mean, I don't have many solid colors, and I'd rather save that for a shawl or something
that has a lot of detail, lacy
which would
detail.
need more of a solid color. So
yeah.
This you could probably get away with the light variegated.
Yeah.
Because it does have some cable in it. I haven't looked at the pattern very well. And I got Tina's show notes, the dyer notes, and all that. And then, which I thought was really nice, I got to get a binder or repurpose one of my binders, which I have. This is sock gauge diary for yarn that I use, the needle, the type, and all that. And then a sock club diary, which...
Nice.
Oh, January, March, okay. And then what else I liked about it is Family, Friends, and Me. It gives you a sheet of paper. You write your person's name, the shoe size, the foot length, which is great because obviously I know my size and I know my husband's. We're not going to change.
Right.
My son's I might do in pencil, and whoever else I knit socks for, which is really not anyone else. And right now I told my boys don't expect fancy socks because they're outgrowing them quick. But I thought that was nice, especially for me. And, you know, once they become set with their set foot size.
Yeah.
That will be good to have because that way you can just knit them and you know you got to stop 2 inches before the heel, so forth and so on. So I was really excited. I got my little mini skein.
That's cute.
Question for anyone who's out there. Diane, I know you're in the club. Beth, who's a local friend of ours, you're in the club. I don't know how many years you've been in there. What do you do with these? Just out of curiosity.
I know what you do with them.
Yeah, keep dreaming.
You totally knew what I was going to say.
Because you've been saying that for every scrap yarn I've been getting lately.
But I don't have enough.
Somebody, I think, posted a picture a couple of years ago of her husband who put it in a shadow box for her.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Which was really nice. I only have one. So maybe by the end I can put it in a shadow box and make it a decoration.
So that we'd have something other than the blank wall. That sounds like a great plan.
And then I got 2 pins with it. 2 button pins, one, and I guess these are different as well. Gusset's Gone Wild. And then, I'm turning a heel. There are some really good ones out there that I can't remember what they are, but if you're interested, the Socks at Rock Club, I think the spoiler, a lot of people have been listing what they've been getting. They're so funny. I mean, there's some pretty, not wild ones, but like, I'm a sock knitter bitch or something like that. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably not doing that justice, but there's like 6 or 7 different ones. And so it was really fun to get my first package. I can't wait for the next one. Again, thank you everybody for chipping in for that for me. I really do appreciate that.
Yes, and I will
love them dearly.
Yes, she will.
And this will be, whatever I use for this will be for me.
Yes, I hope so. That should be your goal. Use this yarn for yourself.
Oh, yeah. I have to be careful with my son because he's been stealing my socks.
I know. You got to hide your socks from him.
The pair that Nancy, Wendy's mom, made me was the green pair. Calling it Jitterbug?
Calling it Jitterbug, yeah.
Keep stealing out of my drawer. I'm like, give that back. So, unfortunately, one of the pair that I had to darn was a really nice pair that I test knitted last year. And he likes it because it's his colorway. It's oranges. And I said, yeah, you can't wear these anymore because you're just too hard on them. So I traded him with another pair that I think he might like a little bit. I don't know. It's hard, but that's all my baubles and bling.
Well, I have baubles and bling.
Sorry, I'm pouring tea.
You're going to make viewers have to pee.
I know, I'm sorry, but it's too hot to drink out of this.
So I have baubles and bling this week. I expected to have more. One of the things that I was expecting did not arrive.
Oh.
I know. I'm kind of sad about it. I ordered a spinning gauge, and it didn't arrive.
Oh.
But the good thing that did arrive is I did do the Fat Cat Knit spin along.
Okay.
This colorway is called
Gorgeous.
Wayfarer, and it is the color of the month.
Now, did you break this up?
I did.
Okay.
I'm going to spin it as a 3-ply sock weight. That's my goal. We'll see how it works. I'm trying to put it in a way that you can see the colors better. It's really pretty.
That dark.
That light, I know. It's pretty. This is what it looks like. It's got this pale peachy color. The light does not do it justice. It's washing it out.
A little closer, I think.
It's got pale peach and burgundy and a green and a gold color. It's really pretty. I have wound it into, I divided it, it's 6 ounces because I bought the slightly bigger bunk. And I wound it into 3 sections. I wound it off into these 3 sections that each weigh 2 ounces. And I am going to spin for a 3-ply sock weight. I'm going to order my other bobbin because I only have 3 bobbins.
All right.
Bobbin. I figure by the time I get the 3 bobbins full, it's like a circus going on over here.
I feel like a chastised child.
By the time I get done with all 3 bobbins, I'll probably have had my new bobbin sent to me.
Oh, good.
So, and then I'm going to 3-ply that together, and I'm going to be spinning it long draw and making an effort to make it as thin as possible so that it will be a fingering weight. And I'm not fractal plying or doing anything like that. I'm just going to,
Fly it.
I'm just going to spin it as it is. And
see what it turns out to be.
And if I get a fingering weight, I'll be able to use it for a scarf or socks, or probably not socks. I forgot to say, this is Polwarth. Polwarth is the fiber that I'm spinning this month. I have not spun with Polwarth before. My understanding is that it really poofs up after you spin it, so that'll be interesting for me to see. So I guess it's a spin along. I did it last month with my Wizard Island colorway. If you order the colorway this month, you will get a discount on it. That's what she does with the colors of the month. And if you join her group, you will see towards the end of the month, everyone in the group votes on which color they want to have for next month. And that becomes the colorway of the month. And I've decided that I like the spin-along aspect of it. It kind of motivates me. Seeing all the other finished stuff that people post, there's a thread for posting your finished spin-along, kind of motivates me. And I'm still in this phase of my spinning where I'm trying to do something new. Mm-hmm. So my new thing this time is going to be the 3-ply and spinning thin enough so that the 3-ply will be fingering weight. Because I've spun for 3-ply that'll be worsted weight. So I'm really going to try to go thin with the long draw technique. So we'll see how that works out.
Oh, good.
Who knows if it's going to work out. But I'm really excited about it. So, and I should be getting some more fiber from Into the World. I'm hoping I'll have that by next week. The club shipment, and I also ordered some for the Completely Twisted and Arbitrary group is doing a spin along. And I normally wouldn't I'm not doing that spin along, but Into the World is the guest dyer this month, and the colors were just so beautiful. It's based on the Tudors. If you like the series, the Tudors, the first installment, and there are going to be 3, is this really deep green and deep purple. It's just beautiful, little blue. It's gorgeous. And I bought that, and I bought the corresponding colorway, and I have a really fun plan of what I'm going to do with that. But hopefully you'll see that next week. Hopefully my spinner's gauge will come next week, because I'm really excited about that. And but that's all I had for Bubbles and Bling.
And on to gossip and innuendo. Wow. I know. I've got nothing really.
I know. I was going to talk a little about the darning video, just what we already talked about that. Just to reiterate that we did film it last Friday, and I need to cut all the stuff together that we filmed so that it's not crazy. And I will try to get that out maybe by this weekend. I don't want to promise anything that I can't deliver.
Well, because you got your son's birthday coming up.
My son's birthday. I have people, my mom and dad are in town for the week. So it's been just a little hectic. And then I'm also trying to get the sock pattern out and off my plate so that I can focus on everything else. So I'll do what I can. But we did do the episode, and we did show at least 4 different ways of darning.
We showed Swiss darning, which is the duplicate. Weaving. I did the patch.
Yeah, the knit-on patch.
And then we did repurposing.
Yeah. And we showed you darning tools. So it'll be, if you haven't darned socks before, I think it will be really a good starting point for you to see all the options that are available out there.
And there's probably even a few more out there that we probably didn't catch.
I mean, we just did the ones that we commonly use. Obviously, there's probably a million other ways that we don't know about. The really good thing is we got a lot of our socks darned.
So, I got all my socks darned.
Oh, I didn't.
Well, I didn't have that many.
I noticed the ones I'm wearing needed darn when I put them on this morning.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. No, there's no nylon in them. Don't knit socks without nylon.
I told my boys today that they're not getting anything fancy, because even the Fruit Loop socks that I made for Zachary, he wore them in some boots that stained him a little bit.
Yeah.
And I washed them, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved making them for him.
And they're his socks.
And they're his socks. And he loves them. He absolutely loves them. He actually asked me today. I said, nice socks. And he goes, you made them, Mommy. I said, yes, I did. He goes, did you do the coloring? I said, no, I didn't. I said, my friend Lisa, he doesn't know Lisa, Fiber Nymph, but I don't know my friend Lisa did the coloring. I said, she did a good job, didn't she? Yes, she did.
I love that yarn.
I do, too.
I'm so happy that he likes them.
I am, too. And I'm glad, because I should actually cast on Max's socks next, because when he outgrows them, they'll be mine.
As long as he doesn't wear them out too much.
Yeah, well, hers has nylon in them.
Oh, so it'll wear better.
I use the Bounce Base, and I have the Good and Plenty for myself.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, too. So yeah. So for future reference for anyone, if you're making your kids socks, really, make sure they have a good percentage of nylon in them. And actually, I was looking at some of my socks that I've had the longest that have not yet, knock on wood, been darned. They're all like nylon socks, like Regia, Cicada socks.
Cicada, yeah.
That's more of a cotton base, I think.
It really makes a difference.
Opal's Rainforest, I made tiger socks. Those are workhorse socks. It's like for kids, really. It may not be the softest of yarn to knit with. It's not scratchy either.
Yeah.
But for kids who are going to be workhorse, they put a lot of wear, especially boys, put a lot of wear and tear on them. And I would definitely recommend the workhorse. Regia, Cicada, Opal, any of those that have a good percentage of nylon in them.
I always didn't like knitting with nylon in the base, but I notice how much better the socks wear. If you're going to be wearing them on your feet, it's just a good idea to have a little nylon in them.
The other socks, like my Blue Moon Fiber Arts that I made for myself, the colonette that Nancy's mom made for me, there are 3 or 4 ply twisted socks. They're wearing really well too. But I won't let Max, after I've done this, I won't let him wear those because he really is hard on his socks, just like I am. But at least I know enough to say, okay, I've worn this for a day. Let's put it aside, let it rest, or whatever. He'll wear them for 2 or 3 days straight.
Just wear them right to the
bone. To the bone, he will. So that's it for my gossip and innuendo.
And I'm going to continue with the Year of You theme. This is the next installment of the 30 Things to Stop Doing to Yourself from the Mark and Angel Hack Life blog. And the link will be on the show notes. It's been on the show notes. And we are doing rules number 13 through 15, so we're halfway done. Number 13 is stop getting involved in relationships for the wrong reason. This is really good, and I think you can extrapolate it to mean relationships of any kind, not just love relationships.
I notice how we bring a lot of this stuff into the knitting community.
I try to.
Because, obviously we're a knitting podcast, but it does relate. We have a relationship with our knitting.
And with every project that you do. Relationships must be chosen wisely. It's better to be alone than to be in bad company. There's no need to rush. If something is meant to be, it will happen in the right time with the right person and for the best reason. Fall in love when you're ready, not when you're lonely. And I think that's true. Make friends when you're ready, not when you're lonely. Don't grab at relationships with people just because you feel alone. Really take the time to find out if this is someone you want to invest your life in. And the same is true for knitting. Don't rush into a project maybe just because everyone else is doing it and you feel like it's the cool thing to knit. You really need to have something inside that's calling to you for doing it. And if it's not going well, stop. Don't keep working on it. Let it go. Rip it out. If something is meant to be, it will happen in the right time. And this was true for me of lace. I really wanted to knit lace. I thought it was so beautiful. I ripped out the same shawl, I think 14 times, and I put it away. And a few years later, after I had a little more ability to read my knitting and more patience probably, I tried it a second time, and now I love lace knitting. I just wasn't ready before, but I was miserable during the time that I was trying to force myself to finish that project. So, don't get involved in relationships for the wrong reason. Don't be in a relationship with a project just because you feel like you have to finish it. That's number 13. Number 14 is stop rejecting new relationships just because the old ones didn't work. In life, you'll realize that there is a purpose for everyone you meet. Some will test you, some will use you, and some will teach you. But most importantly, some will bring out the best in you. I love that. That's true for people and friends, not just love relationships. It's also true for projects. Some will test you, some will use you up, and some will teach you, and some will bring out the best in you. So again, don't reject a new relationship with, say, a lace project just because in the past you had a crappy lace project like I did. If I had done that, I wouldn't have a lot of the really beautiful work that I have today that I enjoyed knitting so much. You need to be brave and try things out and see if you can get it done. And don't reject it just because in the past it wasn't good. You don't know what about your knitting has changed or your life has changed that might make it better. And number 15 is stop trying to compete against everyone else. This is such a good rule. I need to always remind myself of this. Don't worry about what others are doing better than you. Concentrate on beating your own records every day. Success is a battle between you and yourself. That's really true. If you're losing weight with a group of friends and you're all in it together and one person keeps getting remarkable results every month and you're kind of lagging behind, don't judge yourself based on their progress because their body might work differently than yours, and in a couple of months' time, they could be lagging at a plateau while you're just leaping ahead. But look at yourself and how much you've accomplished. And the same is true about knitting. When you go to a knitting group and you see other people at the table who are able to do something really fancy, or they can knit lace while they're talking, or they can do, these elaborate color work things that you would never do. Don't feel intimidated or put down by that, that might be the one thing that they do really well, and you may have stuff that you do really well that they can't do at all. But concentrate on challenging yourself, and that's why I think every couple times a year you should look at something, trying a new project, starting something that's really challenging to you, with the understanding that if it becomes a chore and hateful, that you'll just give it up. But challenge yourself once in a while, and you'll be surprised at the results. But compete against yourself. Set goals for yourself in your knitting, and maybe if you're like some people this year, in your de-stashing or you're knitting down from the stash, set those goals for yourself and compete with yourself on that. It's a lot more rewarding than trying to compete with somebody else, because, you know, there's always going to be a winner. But when you compete with yourself, you always win. Right. So it's like guaranteed win every time if you compete with yourself. Words to the wise from me.
And I spit my tea out.
I'm sorry, but it's true. If you compete with yourself, you'll always win.
Yep, I agree.
I should get a T-shirt that says that. I competed with myself and I won.
Thank God.
So
all right. On that note,
on that cheerful note, do we have anything coming up? I'm trying to think. It's not quite
festival time for us.
Season
the
yet.
First one I think is Mother's Day, right?
I think.
Oh no, what's going on at the end?
That's right. I did want to mention that there is a festival. It's called Spa, and it's a spinner's retreat up in Freeport, Maine, and it is on the 25th, I believe. It's like the 24th, 25th, and 26th. It's that weekend after school vacation if you live in Massachusetts.
Oh, all right, yeah.
It's the weekend after school vacation, and it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They have a marketplace there. It's in Freeport. I am going to be going. I don't know if you're going to come.
We're going to try, yeah.
Just for the day. We're going to drive up, do the marketplace, meet up with a few people that we know, and
I think Katie might have mentioned
Katie might
going to try.
Katie might try to go, depending on where she is. I know that String Theory Fiber Arts, my favorite yarn dyer, is going to be there. They have a booth there.
About something too.
Yeah, we should. So I'm very excited about that. That's going to be the next road trip type thing that I do or we do, depending on our schedules. Yeah. And then I think that there's nothing again until May. Which is Mother's Day. Mother's Day.
And that's the New Hampshire Sheep and Wool, right?
New Hampshire Sheep and Wool is coming up in May.
And when's the Mass Sheep and Wool?
Mass Sheep and Wool is in May. It's after New Hampshire Sheep and Wool.
So hopefully Melissa and Sean will be going there. Maybe we can meet up again.
That was fun.
Yeah, I got to talk to Melissa about something else too.
So, I also wanted to say thank you to everybody who volunteered to test knit for my socks, which are going to go out this week, but also for the shawlette. I got a bunch of people lined up. I don't need any more test knitters right now, but I really thank you. It's going to be helpful, and I hope that the pattern is written well enough that anyone can figure it out, because this is the first time that I've written down something for anyone other than myself. So who knows how that's going to go. But I really do appreciate it. And thank you for all the PMs that you send about the show and everything. I appreciate that too. I got several good PMs this week. And with that, we will say thanks for viewing if you're a past viewer.
Thanks for coming back. And if you're a new viewer, thanks for checking us out.
Yeah.
If you're watching us on iTunes, leave a star rating or a comment. If you want the show notes, they're up at knitOneHeart2.blogspot.com.
And we really do read all the comments.
We do.
And you know, we heard a comment that when we film at my house, you can hear the fish tank in the back. It makes people want to pee. We turn that off now. So we are responsive to the extent that we can be to the comments that you leave.
What was I going to say? We did get a couple of comments. We do sometimes reply to those comments, but I don't think there's a way that Blogger or Blogspot lets you know that we do. But we do try and respond. So our contact information is there in a separate little tab right above our heads.
Yep, it says contacts.
So check that out. We're on all the social webs as either Knit1Heart2 for Plurk. Knit1Heart2 for Twitter as well.
Yeah.
And you're Knit One Wendy for Pinterest and Twitter, which is basically our Plurk feed.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And I was going to say something else, and then it totally went out of my head.
Sorry.
So I'll have to tell you next week.
So knit with heart.
Knit with heart.
And have a great week.
Yes, stay warm if it's cold. Bye.
Stay cool if it's warm.